it's supposed to feel.
Yo, yo, yo. How are we doing? It's the NS9 post-game show brought to you by Pittsburgh Baseball Now. I'm Jim Rosati. With me, as usual, is Tyler. Tyler, how you doing?
Literally as usual, because I got a cover for everyone around here.
I know, seriously. You're like a jack of all trades
I
right now.
know.
So.
It's a last-minute cover for me.
Yeah, you scrambled. This was an impressive performance by you.
It is. I literally have an open tab at the bar right now.
Yeah, the people need to know. Like, me and DiNardo were going to do this post-game show, and then just DiNardo disappeared.
Just gone.
Like,
nobody's
heard of for like a half an hour. So you ran home from the bar because I don't know how to set this thing up, right? So shout out, you're the MVP today.
And for some reason, I'm the one that knows how to set this up.
Yeah.
I'm the least reliable of all of us.
Yeah. I don't know how that happened, but shout out to you.
Shout out to me.
But well, we're here to discuss another Pirates loss. Pirates lose 6-5 today. I thought, it was a well-played game, but then just bullpen kind of collapsed there at the end. Chris Stratton was unavailable after going back-to-back nights, so Chase DeYoung pitched the 8th inning with a 2-run lead. He gave up a run to cut the lead to 1. David Bednar comes in the 9th inning to close the door, gets 2 quick outs, but then just kind of falls apart. He really didn't look as himself. Even on the 2 outs, he didn't really look like himself. He wasn't hitting his spots. Command was bad. But he, with 2 outs, walk, infield single, and then that was it. That was the ball game. Not obviously the best performance we want to see out of Bednar. Like I said, he was missing arm side on pretty much everything. So it was, I don't know if he was just dead arm was tired. I don't know what it was, but he did not look like himself, and it ultimately cost Pirates a game tonight.
Yeah, something was off today. Maybe explains why they didn't go to him in that more than 1 inning situation earlier in the week. Like you said, the arm side misses were very apparent today. He didn't look good.
Yep.
And that's going to happen. Like, it's going to happen with a reliever. Sometimes they don't look good.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody goes out there and looks good every single time, right? Especially if you're being called upon multiple days in a row, like he did pitch yesterday. So it could just be his arm just wasn't feeling up to it today, and that ended up being the difference, because those 2 walks really hurt him. Missing those, having those 2 walks with 2 outs, putting 2 guys on base. That's ultimately what led to the downfall there. But not something we're used to seeing out of Bednar. I'm not really. I mean, I don't think there's much room for concern here. It's just he was off today.
Yeah, the velocity was there still, I think.
Yeah, he topped out at 98. He was mostly sitting like 96, 97 for the majority of the innings. So
the breaking ball still worked. He just lost the command for a bit.
Yeah,
and it's going to happen from time to time. The only reason that I would be slightly concerned is the whole not throwing him more than an inning, and then this happens. So it might raise some eyebrows, but just pump the brakes on the panic yet. If we have a few more of these, then we might want to panic.
Yeah, right now, definitely not panic mode. I'm just going to chalk this one up to he's been getting used a lot lately. He just didn't have it tonight. That's what I'm taking it as. The rest of the game, though, I mean, let's start with Brubaker. I thought it was a pretty good start. 6 innings, 3 runs, 6 strikeouts, no walks. no home runs. So I mean, this is another start where we see no home runs, keeping the ball in the ballpark for Brubaker. He left the game. I mean, the quality starts. I mean, we don't have many of those as a Pittsburgh Pirates fans. I mean, so I know it's a stat you roll your eyes at, but like it's still a thing where if you can get your starting pitcher to go 6 innings and give up 3 runs or less, like you're gonna have chances to win baseball games. So like he did his job today against a good Rays team, and he has just looked like he's looked good. I mean, we talked about his last start, but he's looked good since basically the start of May. So we're now 2 straight months of a good-looking JT Brubaker.
Yeah, he looks every bit of a competent major league starter that could actually probably be on a lot of teams' starting 5. Like we're not at the point now where it was last year, and he might be able to be a number 5 or he's a bullpen piece. He's put together a lot of really good starts. He got in trouble in the first. It happens. Mm-hmm. It didn't roll downhill on him. He kept it together, and that 2-seamers, it's not just him, it's Mitch Keller as well, but it's starting to really work for a lot of the staff.
Yeah, and actually, and we talked, like I said, about the homers, limiting home runs. He was able to do that today, limiting walks. Today was his first start of the year where he had no walks. So that's always nice to see. But
that
again,
that 2-seamer's really letting him play on that slider.
I agree.
That slider has been really good since he implemented that.
Yeah, and like I said, it was right around the start of May. He made the switch. Had a great May. June has been a solid month. Like he hasn't had as good of a June as he did May, but I'm not going to complain about a starting pitcher who can go out there every 5th day. And I mean, right now his ERA is sitting right around 4.14, I think is where it's at. Like, I mean, I'll take that.
In 2022, I'll gladly take that.
Yeah. So I thought he did well. Will Crowe came in, pitched a scoreless inning. That's really all about the pitching, but offense.
Nothing else went well, pitching wise.
Yeah, nothing else went well there. But let's talk about the offense a little bit. Oneil Cruz with another hit today. It was kind of a bloop double, but he's still.
There's no kind of about it.
Yeah,
it was a Tropicana field double.
But you know what? Like, you're gonna get those, and it was a double. So he's still looking good. I mean, it was his only hit of the game. He did strike out twice.
Is he looking good? He's struggling.
I don't think he's struggling. He's faced some pretty tough left-handed pitching so far. He's holding his own. I would like to see him draw some more walks. He hasn't walked yet since he's been called up.
I'd like to see him draw a walk.
Yeah, so a walk I would like to see, but I have no concerns with what I'm seeing out of Oneil Cruz right now. Brian Reynolds came through with an RBI single in the 3rd inning today. How about Jack Sawinski's home run?
That was a
3-run bomb. Just a bomb. 443 feet, the farthest ball hit by a Pirate this year. His 12th home run of the season. And that was when he hit that home run, I was like, oh my God, we're going to win this game. That put the Pirates up 5-3 in the 6th. Put Brubaker in line for the win. And I think Sawinski needed that because he had been kind of in a slump recently since his 3 home run game. He hadn't really been doing much. So that was nice to see. The guy's got pop. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I know. It's like I told Denarder that earlier in the year, and he was like, yeah, I mean, exactly. I guess. He hit a home run off Yadier Molina. But he's dead, so don't speak ill of the dead.
Right. Going into today, he had been 0 for his last 13 through his last 4 games. So 0 for 13. But, yeah, that home run, he smoked it. And it was a big home run, 3-run homer. I feel like every home run he hits typically is just like a solo homer. So that was nice to see. Just 3-run homers are so nice. They change a game. it's so nice to just have a 3 runs on one swing, and I feel like we never get them, and so like when it happens, it's like it's just they're great. I need more of them.
Yeah, I mean, what's the old Orioles coach that the 3-run home run? God, I can't think of his name right now. Why am I drawing a blank? You can continue. I'm
Like
sorry.
old Orioles coach,
Yeah.
like Sparky Anderson.
No, just go ahead and continue.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
okay. But that was the offense today. Sawinski homer, and then also Diego Castillo with another home run. He homered last night. He homers again today. He has 8 hits in the month of June. 8 hits in the month of June. So he's not hitting very well for the month. But of those 8 hits,
Earl Weaver. Good Lord. Pitching defense and the 3-run home run.
There you go. 8 hits in June, though, for Diego Castillo. 5 are home runs.
Yeah,
And he had another one today.
I mean, me and Denardo talked about it. He's probably a guy that you send down just to get consistent at bats in AAA whenever Kevin Newman comes back, puke. But I'm still slightly intrigued by Diego.
I mean, you have to be with.
I think there's something there,
right? Like he has the one thing that, like you really want to see from a hitter, and that's power. Like again, I mean, he has 5 home runs this month. He's really kind of turned it around power-wise because going into this month, we saw all the home runs in spring training, but then it didn't really translate to much during the regular season, and we're now starting to see that as things are heating up. But I do think you're right. Like I think he is a guy who's kind of like going to be the odd man out once all these IL people start coming back. I mean, at the end of the day, he's still hitting 197 with a 240 on base percentage and a 348 slugging percentage. Like hasn't been a good hitter. But the power at least makes me still intrigued about him. I just think there's definitely more development that's needed on his part.
Yeah. I mean, the underlying numbers are there with him, if you believe in any of that, but his expected weighted on base average is pretty much league average. So a lot of that's probably carried by his early season where he did hit the ball hard. He has been struggling for a while now. But he's a guy that really could use those consistent AAA at bats. And he's good enough to play a lot of places, but not good enough to stick to one.
I agree with you there. Like his defense is okay in a few areas. Like he can play multiple spots. He's not really elite defensively anywhere,
Like he's not like Marcano where you plug him somewhere he's really good.
Yeah, I can see that. That's a good point.
But he can play places.
Yeah. Yep. Outside that, Bly Madris with another 3-hit game. His first week in the majors has been excellent.
Absolutely. I mean, and these aren't bloopers either.
No, he was hitting the ball hard today. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's hit the ball hard since he's come up. There's definitely something there that I'm a little bit intrigued of. I'm not intrigued by his outfield defense. That is an adventure every time the ball's hit to him. His routes to a baseball are awful.
Yeah, and
you might want to put on that first base glove.
And you saw that too in the 8th inning today.
Yeah.
On the Francisco Mejia single. Maybe a better outfielder gets to that ball, and he wasn't able to.
He just kind of rounded it, didn't take a great path.
I'll say this, like he's looked better out there than Cal Mitchell has.
It's fair.
Right? But he definitely out of, if you're comparing him with Sawinski and, Reynolds, he's definitely behind both of those guys.
Yeah, he seemed to struggle with balls that are tailing away from him.
I really was intrigued with the call up for I thought they were going to play him at first a lot.
I did, yeah,
because like they started giving him playing time in Indianapolis at first base, kind of that week leading up to the call up, and so I was a little intrigued there because maybe he's the platoon, maybe he's the answer to the first base platoon. where you have Chavis play against lefties, Madris play against righties, because Chavis mashes lefties. Like, let's be real, he just mashes lefties. But
he's like Gabby Sanchez and his lefties.
Yeah, even better than he's a better defender than Gabby too.
He is playing a very good first base.
Yeah,
like even better than that.
So I think that's kind of where I thought they were going to go with this call up, and they haven't. They've basically put Cal Mitchell on the shelf, I feel like, for the last week, and they've been playing. They've kind of been alternating playing time between Madris and Mitchell out there, but I kind of want to see Bly play some first base.
I'm with you.
Probably not going to happen tomorrow against Shane McClanahan, but we'll see.
Yeah, and I think we're coming up on that first day of Oneil Cruz sitting.
I think if you're going to give Oneil Cruz an off day, tomorrow's probably a good day to do it.
Tomorrow we should make Denardo do a solo show.
We should.
Because I don't want to – if Oneil Cruz is not in the lineup, I don't want to watch.
Yeah. Hopefully Hayes is back. He was sitting again today.
Yeah.
I'd like to hopefully he's getting healthier. I guess the report before today's game was he's still a little sore. He took ground balls today, but he hadn't swung a bat yet. So let's hope he can get back here soon. Because really, without him,
damn it, tomorrow's Ronesy Day.
Tomorrow's Ronesy Day.
So I gotta watch.
Ronesy Day tomorrow. It's Shane McClanahan Day tomorrow. McClanahan, I think we're looking at like a 14 strikeout game.
I mean, it's a Sunday lineup.
If Hayes isn't in the lineup and you have to play Hoy Park again at third base, and so you've got like Hoy Park, and then if you give Cruz the off day and say you go Castillo, let's say if your infield looks like Hoy Park, Castillo, Yu Chang, Michael Chavis, he's striking out 13.
Tomorrow might be a no-hitter.
Tomorrow's
got a shot.
Watch.
Tomorrow's got a shot.
PM. Yeah, 5:00 p.m. on Saturday. We're officially on no-hit watch tomorrow. Yeah, I agree with you.
We have to say that right now, just in case, so we can run that back.
Yes. Yeah, I could see it happening. I mean, there's not too many pitchers out there in baseball who are as good as Shane McClanahan has been this year. He's just been an absolute stud.
And we know the Pirates are not going to put out their best lineup.
No.
There's there is a better than zero chance of a no-hitter for sure. Yeah.
Like I said, there's definitely a solid chance that it happens. Yeah, no-hitter tomorrow. Yeah. I can see it.
I'm with you. Just jump on a few comments real quick before we hopefully wrap up.
Yeah, let's do a few comments, then we'll wrap up so that way you can get back to your bar tab.
Yeah. Which one we want to go with here? Ron Chess, he's slightly intrigued by Diego. I think we're all kind of intrigued by Diego.
Yeah, I think, like I said, the power keeps you intrigued. There's really nothing else about him that's all that intriguing to me so far, but the power seems to be pretty legit for a middle infield bat.
Yeah, and the ability to play multiple positions. He has the potential to be a useful major leaguer.
I agree.
And then your buddy.
15. I do think he could definitely benefit from like having some off days, David Bednar, especially after today. Like I would be very like he'll be off tomorrow.
Yeah,
Bednar's not going to pitch tomorrow after back-to-back games here in Tampa. So
did he threw last night?
I thought he did.
I didn't think he did.
Actually, no,
because he threw Friday, but he was off.
That's right. He was warming up. They had him warming up last night.
Okay,
but he never went in.
Yeah, right. But still, you got to heat up.
Yeah, so he went Thursday, warmed up last night, and then pitched today.
Yeah, because before Thursday, he had not thrown since the 19th.
Yeah.
Which is why everybody was confused on the 2-inning thing, but maybe there's some madness behind the science.
They did cut back his usage so far this month. I mean,
you had to.
Compared to May, but yeah, you did have to. But yeah, I would imagine they'll they'll probably give him a day off tomorrow.
I would think he's going to get a couple.
All right.
He's probably not going to be needed tomorrow anyhow.
Unless Roansy Contreras can just completely shut down the Rays.
Wouldn't it be funny if he
never
throws the
know.
no-hitter?
That's true. We can play the
Yeah.
just play the clip back and just leave out.
All we said was no-hitter watch.
That's all we did.
It's 5:07 on Saturday, and there's a no-hitter watch for Sunday.
No hitter watch. Yes. All right, let's get out of here. Get back to your bar tab. Thanks for running over here and
Saving the day.
getting this done, Tyler. Pirates lose to the Tampa Bay Rays 6-5 on a walk-off single. Not great game, the ending there. But they're going to look to avoid the sweep tomorrow. Again, it's Roansy Day, but it's also Shane McClanahan Day. So, yeah, if you like pitching, tomorrow should be a good game because you might be able to see some good pitching tomorrow.
Let's hope, at least on our end.
Yes. All right. That's all I got. That's the NS9 post-game show brought to you by Pittsburgh Baseball Now. Peace out, guys.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.